and welcome to Empowered Leaders Who Empower Others. I'm your host, Barbara Gustavson, and the purpose of this show is to highlight leaders who have overcome challenges and are now helping others discover opportunities no matter what they're going through. And today our special guest is Donna Hetrick. Donna, how you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Fantastic. Now, Donna, I've known you for years and you have helped so many people in our community. Why don't you share with us what your background is, maybe the special skills, and how you help people with your health?
Sure. I am a clinical nutritionist. I am a certified personal trainer and a blood chemistry analyst, and a rep for an organic pantry foods company called Wildtree. And with all of those different facets of my business, I do nutritional counseling for individuals that want to lose weight. Perhaps they had a specific diagnosis that they got from their physician and they're trying to figure out how to manage that. Or anybody who wants to achieve optimal wellness. I see a lot of individuals who just want to be healthy, feel better. Personal training wise, I work only with women. I'm trying to teach them how to be fit, healthy, strong, vital, have good flexibility at any age. And with Wildtree, my main passion there is to try to get as many people back into their kitchen, taking responsibility for their health and preparing their own food, nourish their bodies the best way that they can.
And so tell us a little bit more when you were a little girl and just growing up, and when did that start to really, be part of your passion, health and helping people?
Actually, it started when I had to work in the garden all summer long, pulling weeds and go in to the garden after we got home from school. My family did organic gardening. We butchered hogs, we had cows, chickens, all of that. And at the time, of course, I didn't think it was a whole lot of fun. But now I understand and I realize the power of that and, of course, how that imprinted me and the value of the good whole foods and how that shaped me as an individual. So raising my own family, that was something that I wanted to bring into their lives. That's how I wanted to do it. And then, of course, when I started my company, started doing nutritional counseling, that was something that I incorporated as well.
Mm-hmm. And so was there anybody in particular in your background, in your life, that really influenced you into going in this direction?
Yeah, at a very early age, my grandfather, he was an amazing gentleman, and he would visit July 4th holiday every year, and he would bring with him bags and bags of foods from Walnut Acres. So I'm really dating myself, and some of you out there that remember that have been on the planet for a while. And Walnut Acres was a place where you got raw peanut butter and you got raw cheese, and the nuts were not salted and fried, and he would bring foods like that. And we would just have this food fest for 3 or 4 days of all the amazing things that he brought. So that was kind of my first venture into that type of an eating with those foods. And then as I went through life and I've met individuals through my certification classes, getting my nutrition degrees, one in particular individual, his name is Sam Queen, and he's a biochemist, and he is who certified me in my blood chemistry analysis work that I do. Amazing individual, and one of the things that was so striking about Sam was that he knows the body better than anyone I've ever met, and yet he was able to put it in terms that anybody could understand. And to me, that to be able to communicate that in ways that you can relate to everyone, that's really key. You can know a lot, but if you can't communicate it, or people are intimidated by you and what you know, you need to be able to meet them where they are. And Sam had that ability.
That's so true, because there's, different ways of communicating. We're different kinds of learners, and to be able to take your knowledge and teach someone and teach them how to apply it to their lives and ingrain that, it really takes someone special to do that.
Yeah.
So I just find it interesting, your background and how you were exposed to healthy eating early on, and how many of us are not exposed to that early on, and it makes it harder to break some of the habits. So with some of the people that you're working with who maybe have not had that background or influence of healthy eating, what is it like for them when they start changing those habits to healthier eating?
It can be really overwhelming and intimidating. So every time I go into a craft store, I remind myself what I feel like. Because I'm at home at Wegmans. I'm at home at Whole Foods. I'm at home at Vitamin Shop. That's where I thrive. But I try to remember what it feels like for me to be in situations where it's not at home, for what it feels like for them. You know, they have to make baby steps. Start at the beginning with things that we know that they can manage. So I usually use something, a rule of 3, I call it. And when we're doing a nutrition consultation, we figure out what are the 3 things that we've talked about here that you really feel comfortable implementing. It might be drinking water, 6 times a day instead of once. Whatever that is, so there's a confidence building and they know that they can, do it one step at a time.
Yeah. And I can see how that would take some of that overwhelm out, just taking 1, 2, or 3 things and just really integrating that. And that's pretty much how you can do anything when you're making changes.
Exactly.
And it brings that fear and overwhelm down. So So you shared earlier, about having, someone who helped you. Was he a mentor?
Absolutely. In fact, he mentored me for a year, which was amazing. So when you talk about degrees and getting your certifications and whatnot, those are great. We have to have them, our shingle to hang up, and that was important to me. But really, when all is said and done, I would say the year that I worked with him and he evaluated and reviewed my work, what I learned in that year was more than what I ever learned, in the 2 years of achieving the certification. So, yeah.
So when we come back, Donna's going to be sharing some more about the importance of accountability and having the right people with you. We'll be right back.